Good morning, guys. Welcome back. Please leave in the comments what you guys think. I want to use these little morning, I guess maybe we'll call them a walk and talk, to answer questions that we've gotten throughout the week. I'll try to focus on the questions that are asked the most, or if it's just a very interesting question or a cool question, then I'll pop those in there. On that, would you guys rather have videos put out at 8 a.m. in the morning or 8 p.m. at night? I know a lot of you tell me you go to bed early, so you can't watch until the next day, which is fine too. But let me know what works best for you. I can pre-record some videos and just schedule them for 8 a.m. So this week's questions. What is a herd queen? That is probably our most commonly asked question, or most common question. This is a herd queen. I know that doesn't explain anything. She is the dominant female in the barn. Why? Because she demands respect and she gets it. And I hate to say it this way, but if she doesn't get it, she'll beat it out of you. Not necessarily. So she won't go walking around punching people in the face, demanding they respect her. She's, okay, I'm sorry. Yes, so you're a very fair queen, but you're not going to come and disrespect her. Now, right now, you guys have seen, I've talked about in a couple videos, there's always somebody trying to take over the top. There's always a hierarchy change within the herd. Baby goats at the bottom, the smaller ones, they usually take a beating by the bigger goats because the big goats want to say, hey, I'm in the middle ground. So you have low goats, middle goats, high goats. Those middle ground goats want to get to the top, and they will put a beating on the baby goats and the small goats to make sure they don't pass them in the hierarchy. This goat, you, Cookie, don't care. Cookie don't care. Cookie don't care. I don't think she has any desire to move up, to move down. She's just there. Now, she's very patient, and she will not generally go after other goats unless they're really irritating her. But she doesn't really play the hierarchy game. She just doesn't care. Puddin', on the other hand, is trying to move to the top. And Puddin' is this little gold goat out here. That one, that's hitting and cussing. She also bites. Her sister Muffin, who is also a biter. We just realized the other day that Custard looks like she's wearing khaki pants. She was walking across the field and we're like, Custard looks like she's wearing khaki pants. So now you're khaki pants Custard. Or just KP. Or CP. Or Custard pants. Custard wearing pants. I don't know. Hilarious. Anyway. So that's kind of the herd queen. She sets the rules. Don't break the rules or she'll bash you. Don't mess with her if she doesn't want you to, or she'll bash you. It's pretty rough in the goat world. It's just, you get bashed. That's just the way it is. She is just the most, or the easiest definition is she is the most dominant female in the herd. For the ladies, hi, except for, not this one. Hi, what are you doing? Cool. Well, hi. That's not eatable. It is not eatable. Okay. Over there, in the boy lot, Jack is the dominant buck. Snickers is, I think, Snickers got moved to the bottom. Well, okay, well, Latte, I don't know about Latte, the little guy. He continues, Snickers is at the bottom of the big boys. I don't think it's because, I think he's similar to Cookie. He just doesn't care to be at the top. He doesn't really go after anybody. Well, there's not a lot behind those eyes, but he's pretty. Yeah, you're a pretty boy. Yeah, you just work on that beard and that pretty face and, you know, just hang out. That's what he does. You're quite handsome. But even Latte, the tiny guy, challenges Snickers. So that tells me everything I need to know. Carmelo, I don't know where he is. Probably still in the barn. Carmelo, the one who looks like Jack. This is Jack. He does... Oh, hi, Carmelo. Oh, never mind. Oh, you can see they ripped the brace off of my door. And you've kicked 2 more bins outside. Thanks, guys. Can we just leave the bins inside? That would... Yeah, you, hi. Can I... Okay, well, we'll just have to get back to him. Or not. Carmelo is, I think, has taken the 2nd rank in the boys over here. Fluff, I don't know about Fluff. I guess he would be the dominant male in here, but not you know, not in the goat world, but he is the dominant male in here. The boys don't really challenge him. If they do, they pay a heavy price because, you know, he's twice their weight. Hi, cutie face. He challenges me. We're working on that. Okay, now let's go to goat colors, and I'm just going to very lightly touch on this because it is a genetics discussion that I am not mentally equipped for. If you want to see an awesome, perfect display that has been cut down to a level that even I can understand, go check out Danelle at Wiedemann Reap. She did a video maybe a couple weeks ago. She used graphics, she pulled pictures, she told you everything you needed to know about colors and patterns. Even if I did one, it wouldn't be that good, and there would be no point in doing it. I can just send you to her page. YouTubers helping YouTubers, right? So white does not exist in the goat world as I'm pointing the camera at a white goat. Oh, look, there's another one. Oh, look, there's another one. So what they consider white in the ADGA world, which is the American Dairy Goat Association, and any coloring and patterning page that I've looked at for Nigerians, I'm only talking about Nigerians. White is listed as a spotting. Technically white, there's no color in here. There's no color. It's the complete lack of color which leaves the hair white. And since it's a complete lack of color, it's not a color, and then therefore you cannot have a white goat. If we removed all the white off of her, let me make it easier with Muffin over here. Putting in Muff. If you pretend like this white isn't here, or this white isn't here, she is a gold goat. She is completely gold. You just have to not look at the white. If you took the white off of Gummy, she's solid black. It's a very, it's not super complicated. It just, if you think about what she would look like with no white, she would be solid gold. She would be this color right here. She is a gold goat, and she would remain that color all across her entire body. Kind of like Puddin' is almost completely gold. That's as far as I really... Hi. You trying to get a thumbnail? You're so cute. All right, you win. So that's white. It's how best to you're not a good example. Okay, so let's look at it like this. She is what is known as a buckskin. There are varying colors of buckskin. She is a light buckskin. Buckskin means she has this cape on the front of her, specific markings on the face, specific markings on the leg, like that marking right there, in this collar pattern. If you took this white off of Miss Struzel, hi honey, I know I want to pet you too, but give me 1 second. If you took the white off of Struzel, she would look exactly like that. Except she's kind of light in the front and not the black. But she is also a buckskin. We believe. We've had several discussions about whether she's a gold goat, but I really think she's a buckskin. Okay, that's white. I just really, there's no good way. Maybe, hopefully that did explain it well, but I don't know if it works. I was going to let the girls finally out into the front yard pasture today. Whenever, and I double checked the fence charger, battery's dead. So I'm not going to be able to do that. Next thing I want to talk about with you guys, questions we always get, why don't you just stop doing craft shows and just sell all your soap on Etsy? That is part of the plan. Guys, to be honest, up until we found all of you guys, or you guys found us, or Lester found us, or until we all met, the vast majority of our money from soap sales came from shows. And that was pounding the pavement, and that's meeting the people, talking to people, selling to people, converting them over to the Etsy shop. Etsy is generally a long, slow growth process, and you need those people there on your site, favoriting your shop, so that they know when you post something, you change something, or if they just want to be able to run out and grab some soap. Etsy is a nightmare for the goat milk soap world. If you just go to Etsy and you type in goat milk soap, I think there's 18,000 plus listings that pop up. And I don't know if that's shops or if that's just individual listings. Etsy does things very, very weird. That being said, we're really working super hard to get you guys, we're working hard to get ahead of the curve so we can just support Etsy better. This was all very much, we're just cruising along, having a normal, sell a few times a month on Etsy, sell a few times a month at craft shows, to fully selling out on Etsy and still doing the craft show world. I did say right after we sold out that first day, guys, that we have most of our shows for 2022 were scheduled in January, February, March, maybe as late as April. So we're generally 6 to 8 months pre-scheduled for craft shows. And I just cannot walk away from someone who I've committed to and just not show up. That looks bad, and I wouldn't want to do that for the other vendors that have committed to that show. Because when you go to a show and a bunch of people pull out and you show up as a customer and there's big gaps and there's, 20 vendors when there was supposed to be 100, it's bad for everybody, and that's just bad integrity, and I don't want to do that. So we're working really hard to create enough soap that we can support Etsy. And right now that's also a huge learning curve for us, because we've contemplated if we make 2,000 bars and we launch those in February and then nobody shows up on Etsy, fine, okay, maybe January, maybe February do really well, but then we go into March, we go into April, we go into May, and I'm pumping out, a massive amount of soap, and then Etsy's gonna level off. I understand that. We're not that, we understand that. I know there's an excitement, there's a buzz, and I love that you guys are super excited about the soap, and I love that you're wrecking the site every time. I really do. It's it's super amazing, but we know it's going to taper off and it's going to level off, and we'll all work together. We'll find the balance. Some of our shows we do. First of all, before I get into that, the people that watch the YouTube channel and that drive 3 hours, we had 2 groups of people that drove 3 hours just to meet us at the craft show this weekend. We had 2 different craft shows. I didn't even record the first one. It was so, I don't want to say bad. It was not a good show. It was not a good turnout. But it's that the people committed to driving like that to meet us and to buy the soap is just, I always try to stay humble. I hope you guys pick up on that. And it blows my mind. It's overwhelming. It's amazing. It's amazing that somebody is willing to put in that effort just to meet us and get the soap. It's just, I don't understand. I don't understand it. I understand it. I mean, I've met famous people. I understand that, okay, let me recorrect so I don't get a bunch of hate mail. I'm not famous, but I understand, meeting Lester, meeting Cog Hill, meeting Arms. It was surreal. It was amazing. It was fascinating. It was fantastic. It was, so I if there was another YouTuber around here that I watched, I would 100% go fawn over wherever they were. I'd be like, hey, how are you? So I get it, but it just still in my mind, it's still just, it's amazing. I love it. You guys are amazing. I love you guys for like supporting us the way you do. So thank you for that. But back to the craft shows, like we're going to do fewer craft shows in 2023, which will allow us to provide more soap for Etsy. And on top of that, by the way, if you're still watching, I don't edit these videos. So this is me 17, 15, 12 minutes of straight talking off the cuff. Something I could not have done 2 years ago. I don't know what that was, probably goat related. Not toot my own horn, but that is, this YouTube journey has brought me to this point, and I also find that amazing. I could barely talk to the camera the first time I picked it up. Squirrel. There's your squirrel for you guys. Anyway, so fewer craft shows in 2023 for sure, but some of the craft shows that we support, not support, that we go to, you guys know, like the one we just did at Gifts That Give Back, that was to bring awareness to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We're always going to do that show. We're always going to do that show. If we make no money at that show, if we meet 5 people and they can scan our QR code and they can go learn about St. Jude, we're always going to do that show. Doesn't matter. And there are a few other shows that we really like, the coordinator. They've been amazing to us. And we're always going to support those shows, most likely. Things change in the world. Things happen. But at a minimum, that's probably about 10 shows a year that we do, that we will always do. And that just is what it is. So we'll continue to do those shows. But last year, I think we're at 40 plus. I don't even remember anymore. We'll be at 40 plus shows for 2022. Keep in mind that probably the majority of the shows are a minimum 2 days. A few of the shows are anywhere from 3 to 5 days, and very few of the shows are 1 day. So 40 plus shows times 2, 3, 4, 5 days. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of effort. And we really struggled this year. It got crazy. We ended up lining up, I think it was a complete accident, 19 weeks in a row of doing shows. Let me put you back on goats. So that's kind of like a look forward for us for this year. And this is a look at the goats. Let's talk about milk next. Yes, we bought this goat because we had just dried off the girls from milking. Drying off means we stopped milking them. We had just dried them off so they could have a little recovery for their bodies for breeding season and for carrying the baby through the winter. So we had dried them off, and then this happened with the explosion of Etsy. So we stockpile milk throughout the year. Not planned for this level of soapery. We had planned, I'll just turn you back to me. We had actually planned to start curtailing the amount of soap we were making because, put you guys out one. Because in our normal pattern for the year, normal sequence for the year, we start slowing down production towards November, December. We don't sell a lot of soap in January, February anywhere. Etsy shows, we don't do many shows in January, February, March. So we had actually started slowing down the soap production. I don't want to roll into 2023. We watch our numbers and we watch them hard and we keep good track of them. And if we only need 200 bars of soap to get through January, February, March, I don't want to roll into 2023 with 1,000 bars of soap sitting on the rack. It's just not smart. So we were cutting back. We had all of our milk stored in the deep freeze, ready to be used to make the minimal amount of soap that we needed to get into next year. And that soap would carry over, or that milk would carry us through March, April, May. We get back into milking. We start producing more soap again at that same time. Everything is designed and laid out to accommodate the soap business. So having shut everything off, having followed that plan, and then to have the huge uptick in Etsy has put us in this situation. So we bought this little beauty, and she is, yes, 100% personality like Tilly. She loves to hang out with this one and this one. She has been pushing her way up in the herd a little bit. She was challenging Custard this morning. And Custard, don't ever. Custard is a spitfire. She's tiny, but she's a tiny tyrant is what she is. So the first stepping stone is getting past Custard, and then you're going to have to get past Tic Tac. Brosy generally doesn't care, so it's like, nah, no big. You get past Tic Tac, you get past Sprinkles. Who would be next? Sugar Pie is not a fighter, but she doesn't take any crap. So if you start giving her some static, she will put a hurting on you. Don't bite her ear. Once you get past Sprinkles, Cookie don't care. You're up against the sisters, which is Puddin' and Muffin, and that is going to be your biggest challenge, and nobody has passed those ladies yet. They are right under Streusel. Cookie, I've noticed Cookie has started getting a little pushy. We've been stalling her with the herd queen, which is Streusel, and she has really built a lot of confidence, and she's starting to like feel her oats a little. Like she's like, yeah, I hang with the queen, so y'all go pound sand. Huh, yeah, you little weenie. So that is, I think, pretty much it for this video. Keep pumping those questions out, guys, and I'll try to keep answering them. If you like the question, first of all, thumbs up the video, please. If you hit that thumbs up, that'll spread us around YouTube more, and we'll get more views. If you like a comment, hit the thumbs up on that comment. That'll move the comment to the top. And then I will be able to use that as a guide for addressing questions that the most people are asking or the most people are interested in learning about. Other than that, we thank you for watching as always. And we will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's video is going to be planned to be kind of like herd care. We're going to do hoof trims. We're going to do medications, and we're going to just give everybody a once-over and make sure they're looking good, feeling good, heading into winter, because winter is coming next week, and it's going to be hard, and it's going to be nasty. So we're going to experience about a 20-degree temp drop, and it's going to stay there probably through February. Gross. But anyway. Oh, she bites. She bites. They both bite. Stay away. Oh, just so you want to know, if this one's cute enough to not get thrashed, she was pushing up on Muffin a couple of days ago. Muffin reached out, grabbed her with her teeth, and just ripped her across the barn and threw her. She's screaming, "Meh!" And then I had to go give her hugs. Oh, Miss Muffin beat you up. Oh, no. All right, guys. Thank you again. Thank you. Truly appreciate it. Have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow.